Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, we get to see quite a few interesting things happening in this week's episode of Black Clover, where we are in a situation where not only are a lot of these characters in these situations where we don't know if they can really, like, pushed all of their limits, like, so to speak, Yami and stuff, but supposedly they all can, and the reason why they can, or the reason why we have a good, oh, what the heck, a reason why we have a good chance of seeing this happening is mainly in take because we are watching Asta push the normal human limits, which in my eyes, it almost feels like Asta isn't human. Like look at him right now in the game when I'm fighting him. Like he's got all these different things going for him in the grand scheme of just being like a kind of a demon, and then not to mention he's always going beyond and pushing himself, and his magic is practically just never giving up, as he would say. So oh my god, he switched in and hit my guy. So if that is the case, I think it's pretty safe to say that with this story being at like 90 plus episodes, Asta's character to me is very entertaining. Not only is he funny, not only is he, um, you know, gets in situations that might not call for um, him to be in. Like he probably shouldn't be in this situation, but here he is, and um, I honestly love the fact that whenever we see him kind of going for his goals, he usually has to watch everybody else succeed. Like he doesn't get to just go in and have the easiest win about them all. He literally has to grind and claw his way all the way to the top every single time that we've really gotten a glimpse at Asta in these situations. And to think that it works out usually so well for him in the grand scheme of um, his magic is never giving up type of deal, if he ever figures out how to, like, pretty much how we're looking at it now, master half and half, if he keeps half of his sanity while he's using a power that is so so strong that it can keep up with someone who has absorbed all of a powerful magic attack from one of the salamanders, not one of the but from one of the spirits that, as has, it makes him ridiculously strong. And we saw the fire version of it, and someone had absorbed all of that power, and just by Asta triggering this ability, practically he took no damage. He dodged and just beat the crap out of the guy. So it puts into perspective for me that they want Asta to be a huge character, a mainstay in whatever he does. He continuously does it, and I don't think anybody will necessarily keep up with him in that regard. But seeing Yami, seeing the captain from the Blue Roses doing what they're doing was absolutely phenomenal, though. Like, they literally are, well, Yami anyway, has the best dialogue of all times this week, just by, from start to finish, talking so much trash to the captains. And I think the one person that is truly underestimated and probably the most, like, craziest person to get on the bad side of would have to be the Wizard King. This man had taken. It was weird that we never seen this bartender before. Not to mention his eyes never opened. Which is a very good indication that this could have been the Wizard King, because he usually plays as characters whose eyes don't open simply because maybe it's harder for him to change his pupils. Um, but from what I can tell, this man, the Wizard King, knows how to get to everybody. Like, he knows how to just win over people who are such high tier level of power. It's kind of scary to think that he can control them with so much as a drink or something along those lines. So keep that in mind for the rest of the show. Just like whenever things keep going wrong or awry, the Wizard King will have a way to pretty much just uh, edge out that whole entire situation with something either funny or just overall his power in general, because he's so dang strong. So uh, it's crazy to me to think that he keeps showing up in these perfect time, or he's in these perfect positions to do stuff. But I think it's just a case of he knows what these people are capable of, what these people will do if they're pushed to certain limits. Oh my God! All right, Asta, it's time to never give up. Ugh. Um, but because Compton Yami is talking so much trash in this week's episode, it makes it just that much better when another captain shows up and pretty much just puts him on blast and snatches him on the head, and it's just like, oh, he knew he can't do anything about it, so he just didn't even fight it. What? How did I? All right, buddy. Um, but yeah, overall, man, I honestly think that we're getting quite a great understanding of the overall story of where Asta and Yuno are still being comparatively put on the same bracket of level, but it's clear as day that Yuno obviously wins every time, mostly because he actually has magic, and the other part is his spirit is completely broken. So, with all those things on his side, and we haven't really had a reason to believe that Yuno hasn't been pushing, himself even further. Because with the way he uses the mana skin and the way that it's explained, it's clear to me that it's something that he shouldn't have been able to tap into as of right now. Not to mention tap into it and then fully coat his body in it and move around as long as he could in this environment. Like, if he was in a normal environment and he just had to do it, fine. But the way that they're talking it up, they're like, oh man, if anyone's capable of doing this right now, it should only be captains. And to see everybody using other people as stepping stones, as like, oh, that guy's doing it, so I should do it. Oh, he's doing it, so I should do it. Um, Yami's best lines were for the sister of the Crimson, and she's just like, man, she's really clever. She brought us all out here, pretty much. So I would, show them how to use Mana Skin. What's his face would show the captain of the Blue Roses. She's uses like uh, you know nature. She uses things that gets completely destroyed by anything like fire or something along those lines. So to think that she's doing it with her nature type, it just goes to show everybody that it's possible for anyone, as long as you put on magma skin, and then mana skin. Why am I saying magma? I'm thinking of the fire. Uh, so yeah, we see them put it all on. They rush through. They're cutting boulders and taking care of themselves. And Yuno goes next, and then after Yuno, well, not really Yuno, and then the next leader, who's like the youngest brother, was pretty much putting it around his body. But when Yuno did it, he could fly. So yeah, Yuno was just a much further step above them. He's definitely the number one rookie, just from this. Not to mention, he's just pretty much like, okay, he's using me and the captain to boost up everybody, to tell them that that's what they needed to use was mana skin, and Yuno was there to pretty much egg on all the younger people, to be like, hey, what, we can do this too. We gotta figure it out on our own type of deal. And man, did they really go in on this. Like, they're like, yeah, so Asta's trash. He doesn't have mana, so how can he have mana skin? And, even the girl who Yami thinks she did this all on purpose. She did this to practically have a reason for everybody to get the courage to push themselves and stuff like that. But come to find out, as soon as Yami hears her like screaming at the people again, he's like, "Yeah, you know what? Maybe I don't even know anymore. Like maybe she isn't doing this because of the reason I'm saying, and she's just crazy." So I don't know, man. Like Yami can make an episode for me. Like he's literally just roasting everybody for him being last for multiple years, and then now he just shows up and he's got the best of the best, second place now all of a sudden. Not to mention that they all had the opportunity to take Asta. There was nothing stopping people from taking Asta. He literally beat somebody who had magic. He broke his shield, and even after doing all of this, they still didn't care. So it's their fault for not taking Asta, and now Yami is literally in second place because of it. Not only because of Asta, but what Asta brought to the table just by, being around all these other characters and showing what he's about compared to what's the Black Bulls have been about lately. So I really like that aspect of using Asta to pretty much bring up a whole entire team to speed instead of someone like just who joins a broken team and by being himself he keeps them in the lead, so Asta actually brings a whole new life to the team while just got to show up and pretty much win. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you had an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am noticing Asta is really freaking strong. This is my first time using him. I wanted to use him in this game, and I wanted to use him in a Black Clover video, so I've been waiting and using him now. Holy crap. I might have Asta on my team as my third because really I like the Vegeta assists in this game, and with my main character having Vegeta hold people down and I go in to get close to beat him up is great, including it's going to be even greater with Asta with his strength. So I will talk to you guys in the next one. I think I might be doing a video much later tonight when it drops because it always comes out really late. So I will try to get that out to you guys as soon as it is released. It is the Gambler show. So if you guys do enjoy that, make sure you guys are subscribed and have that notification bell on because it will be dropping as soon as I can get to it. And if I don't get to it, then I will definitely be dropping it early the next day or on a day where I only have one show to watch, and then I'll just add it into that lineup. So with that, everybody, have an amazing day, night, evening, and I am the Anime G. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for the likes and the views. It's all so amazing. It makes your boy want to grind that much harder, and I will. So stay tuned to see where we make it in this anime community. I'm trying to push for the top, but if we don't, as long as I have some really real people who like to talk anime and like to kick it with your boy, that's all that matters. I don't really care about making it up there as long as I have some real people that are following me or helping me along the way. So thank you guys for that, and Dan Machi's coming soon. I can't wait. Check out Dan Machi if you haven't already, because if you have not seen that, you got a lot of explaining to do. Not to mention a lot of catching up to do if the second season comes out and you still aren't watching it. So with that, everybody, there's your homework, and peace.